Hey everybody, it's Eric from Epautos.com, your libertarian car guy. You've probably heard about crash test ratings, the star system. They'll say that a given vehicle has 4.5 out of 5 stars or 5 stars to let people know that this car is putatively safer than that car. This is considered to be important information. I don't necessarily disagree with that. It's handy to know whether a vehicle holds up well in a crash. But I also think it would be worth doing to have crash cost testing, and particularly with regard to minor impacts, fender benders and things. These 5-star ratings that you hear about generally have to do with severe impacts and how well the occupants are protected in a crash. One of the things, though, that's gone largely unremarked, in my opinion, is just how easily damaged modern vehicles are in the most trivial of impacts. You are backing out of a parking spot, let's say, and you didn't notice that somebody was coming, and you bump into them. Nothing that's going to hurt any human being. But you get out and the rear bumper of your car now is lying on the asphalt because it's literally held in place by clips. It's just a plastic fascia. Same for the front. And really expensive things have little to no protection. For example, the plastic headlight assemblies that now protrude out of the front ends of a lot of new vehicles. And these vehicles have these plastic fascias, these covers that are essentially flush mounted. And so there's no protection. Back in the day, and there's still a few trucks that have this, you had an external bumper that projected farther out in front of the vehicle. And this protected things like that, not just the bumper, but also things like the headlights and the grille. Now you get into these little impacts and oh my God, you're looking at a couple $1,000s worth of repair bills. And even if you don't have the accident, you're looking at a much more expensive insurance bill because the insurance companies have gotten wise to the cost and have begun to adjust people's policies accordingly. And I think it would really be helpful to people to know just exactly what they're in for when they buy any new vehicle, because some are going to be a lot more expensive to repair in a minor impact. For example, some vehicles, I won't name any names, but some vehicles have headlight assemblies that cost $500, $800 or even more than that a piece, if you can believe that. Really shocking, particularly if you can remember the before time when a sealed beam halogen headlight cost $25. And you didn't have to get it flashed at the dealer in order for it to mesh with all the electronics. But anyway, there are great variances in what it costs to repair vehicles nowadays, and I think that would be something people would like to know about, and it might also help to prod the manufacturers to take these things into account when they design vehicles and how they look, whether they're going to be more easily damaged as a result of how they look, i.e. if you got this big projecting front end with this huge plastic grille that is going to cost a fortune if it cracks and can't be fixed. Anyway, I've got an article that's going to get into this in some greater depth up at the site. I hope you'll swing by and check it out, and we'll have more for you again soon.